Pimps, this is Mel for the Pimp team, and I thank you for watching our video and for all your support. Don't forget to sign up for the Pimp monthly newsletter. It has updates and coupons for discounts. Simply go to forum.getpimp.org and scroll down to sign up. In the last video, we learned how to add, test, and delete miner profiles, so let's continue. In this video, we will learn how to edit pconfig files, and we're going to look at two very popular miners right now, bminer and the Claymore dual miner. Now, they say in IT that you change only one thing at a time. It's much easier to track what went wrong if you use a one-step approach. Make a change, then test it. That's why we give you the test tools. And that way you can undo. So let's get into a rig and take a look. Alright, now we are in my 1070 rig here. We're going to list out. Right now we are mining with bminer, and you can see that I have modified the config file. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to quietly stop all of the minings, and I'm going to delete it. Now we just ran a PiMP up, but yeah, you want to run a PiMP up because what you'll see is del command does the opposite of what the edit command does. We had a file, and by using the del command, it will not only delete that file, but reestablish the link to the default. So if we do a long list in our conf folder, we'll see that now we're back to using the default. And when we go to edit it, it will restore our file again. Now, we're going to open up and edit this bminer config file, but I want to take a moment to clarify. Different miners take many different kinds of command line input, and only a few of them have a JSON formatted conf file, like sgminer and pfg-miner. So, those files that end in conf are required to use the JSON syntax, which is quotations, brackets, and commas. This is not true for pconfig files. Those files are checked by the PiMP edit command for syntax when you're done. In the pconfig, this is not checked, and it's a little different. So we'll take a look at that. For bminer, we are using a pconfig file, and the pconfig files are very similar to the bash syntax. So we're going to go in here and edit the bminer echo hash, and we are still using the nano editor for this example, which is the default. And in this file, you'll notice that there's a hashtag or #, shift3, whatever you want to call it. This is the comment character. This means ignore everything else on the line. So all of the commentary is put in there. So let's take a dive in and take a look here. We have the most beautiful ASCII logo editor, which explains everything that is to be found in the file. Moving down, we have the name, the algo. This is passed as a -A to the miner as a command line flag. It is also used by miner farm for formatting. And then generally in the pconfigs, we provide you information about how this miner wants you to put in your pool and your worker information. So in this example, bminer is unusual. It is using pretty much everything on one line. So you have the protocol stratum, or stratum plus SSL on some pools, I believe, if this miner supports that, followed by your wallet address dot worker at the pool colon the port. So syntax is very important here. Anytime you go in here, we try our best to provide you detailed information about and plenty of examples how to use this miner with many pools coins. So the Equihash miners we have provided because we want you to see an example of and easily mine as many coins as you want. So many of the popular coins, we try to have a minimum requirement for them. You got to be on some of the major exchanges so that we can easily make a wallet address. and you have to have some pools, and we also ask for a minimum target market, so that we have to set the line somewhere. There's a million coins out there. You can mine whatever you want. Usually you can build your own miners with PiMP, but the ones that we actively try to maintain and test can only be so many. So after the pools, you'll see some information. Flags is on every miner. This is where you can add your own command line options. So you can go to the documentation for bminer, and you can read it. And if there's an option that you want to use, then you can use it. So if they say you should use the awesome flag, it'll make your miner more awesome. You can put it in there. This down here, this is kind of the inner workings here. This is how we build the command line out of the information above. So essentially the pconfig file just makes it so that you don't have to make your own batch files, and so that we can provide you with guidance and recommendations as well as many examples. So that is the ultimate purpose of the pconfig. Anyway, so that being said, if we want to mine Zencash with this miner, we would uncomment that. We can use the example if we want to. Remember, change one thing at a time. So we put the hashtag in there to comment that out, make sure that this is the only one. Make sure we remove our awesome flag. It's not going to like that one. And then we'll use, and I was using the arrow keys to move around. We'll use Control X and then Y, enter to save. This is not a conf file, so it doesn't syntax check, but it would ask if the miner was running. So let's test that out. So that's our Zen pool. So it looks like we did it right. And there we go. So great. So we'll double check over here. Yes. We got stats to our miner farm. Most likely we would have stats to the pool. You can always go to the pool. Zen pool. You can go to your pool and check it. Okay, so that was how you configure bminer. I want to go into a little bit more depth here on one of the very most popular miners, the Claymore dual miner. There's a ton of options in the Claymore miner. So you see your header up here. The dual miner will allow you to mine an ETH hash coin, whether it's Ether, Ubiq, ETH Classic, and at the same time, one of these other coins, Decred, Pascal, Sia coin, or LBRY. Generally, that's kind of tricky. I don't know that many people that do it, so it can't be all that profitable, but you can do it. So in this file we have all the primary pools, which is the primary algorithm, which is an ETH hash coin. So we have all the examples there, and then we have the other ETH hash coins that we have, like Music Coin is very popular, Ella and Pearl are very profitable right now at the time of this video, so those are good. In this file, again, just like all pconfigs, if you wanted to use this, you would just remove the comments and comment out the one above that you were using before to enable these options and not those options. With the dual mining config, we've got some information here that you have to read. It explains how to use dual mining. So step one, you have to change things in the flags. You have to tell it that you're dual mining, and you have to tell it what algorithm is the second algorithm. Once you do that, then we have all the examples here for various algorithms for the secondary pool. So it's just pool 2, user 2, pass 2, and algo 2. In the future this may change, so always read. Once you've done that, whether you want to do the dual mining or not, there's a and I've modified this. I should go back to the default, but by default you will see TT75 T-stop 90. In this spot, the flags. Now if you want to know more about what flags you can use, go to Claymore's Bitcoin talk thread and read the documentation. He's got a ton of switches that you can use. But what this is, this TT is the temperature target. That says no matter what you did in GPU tool, Claymore is going to override that, and it's going to control your clocks and your fans. So if you want to use GPU tool, you must remove this. That's what we said right there above. But we didn't want to remove it in case you didn't set up GPU tool properly. We didn't want to risk anyone harming their hardware. So this is a fail-safe. So this is the safety. You must come in here and remove the safety once you feel that you're going to be using GPU tool to control the clocks or the fans or both. So that's a very common question. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to use GPU tool. So we're going to leave that. We did rename the worker. You can rename your worker so that it's easier to differentiate at the pool if the pool supports it. And then we just have another comment here about if you're dual mining or not. And we try to provide you as much information as we can. Another note, we do also have some more further information and examples on the forum. If you need assistance, you can always come and see us in the Discord as well. We'd be happy to help you with finding the options that work good for your hardware. So, for how to edit pconfig files, especially on bminer and Claymore dual miner, that's all there is to it. My name is Melt for the PiMP team. Thank you very much for supporting PiMP. See you all in the forum and the Discord. Have a great day.